Hey, what's going on, everyone? Vega here for SerpentX Tech, and in this video, we'll be taking a look at how to mine Alfium. We're doing an updated video because I did one a while back when the project first came out where we had to mine to 4 addresses, our solo node, so on and so forth. That is no longer the case. It is so much easier now, and I want to walk you through it. If you're new to the channel and you like content like this, please consider subscribing or hitting the like button just to let us know that you like this content. Now, again, if you're a new person to the channel, what I always like to do first is go and study the pools that are available to me. So we can come to miningpoolstats.stream. We can search the letters of the particular cryptocurrency, in this case Alfium, and we can see the pools available. Unfortunately, Hero Miners has over 80% of the network hash rate, and it's always our responsibility as miners to keep the network decentralized. So if you see one pool getting too much, we want to spread our hash rate out and go to a different pool. And you can see the fees, right? For example, Hero Miners and Wooly Pooly is 0.09, either LNS or solo. And then there's Alfium Dash Pool, which actually has a lower fee and one that you might want to consider. Now, the catch-22 with pools is that if you go to a pool that has a lot of the hash rate, you'll have more frequent payouts, but smaller amounts. Whereas you go to pools with not so much hash rate, considerable to the overall network hash rate, you'll have less frequency in payments, but more per payout. So you need to find the balancing act for both. But now we got the pools that are available to us. And 9 times out of 10, if we go to these pools, we can actually go and see the Get Started guide. You can see at the top of Hero Miners, there's a start section. If we click on that, it actually tells us the pools or the various locations for those pools, as well as the port number. We're going to need that information here shortly. Not quite yet, but just hang on to that. Same thing with Wooly Pooly, or even Alfium dash pools. There's usually a get started section here on Wooly Pooly. We scroll on down, connection. It actually walks us through it. We could choose solo or PPLNS. We could choose our region, whatever it might be, and just actually go through the setup process. Now, for Nvidia cards, I like BZ Miner and LOL Miner. And in AMD, I like SRB Miner, but you can choose what you think is best for you or test them out. Try all 3, see which one gives you the better hash rate. Just make sure you lock the clocks and the power limit so you're not throwing too many variables in there. But basically, these pools will walk you through it. Otherwise, if this pool, for example, doesn't have a get started guide, they do have instructions, right? They do provide us the pool server and port. If you really need instructions, there is a link here for instructions that will take you through it and walk you through the quick start guide and set up for the various miner stuff like that. But it's once you get the basic gist of it, it's pretty much going to be the same thing for most of these miners, maybe a little bit different, or there might be some subtle differences, but not much there. So now we got the pools that we're looking at or considering using for mining. Now we got to find mining software, and some of these pools already provide that to us. But you know what else provides that to us? Hashrate.no. Hashrate.no is a great resource for you to utilize on a day-to-day, not only to monitor your rigs and compare the profitability of it, but also to see what is going on. So when we first go to this website, there's a couple different ways we can do this. We can either go straight to GPUs, either up here in the top left or right here, or we can use the GPU calculator. Again, top left, and we can choose the GPUs we have. For example, on this particular system, we're going to be focusing on one Nvidia, the 3080, but then we also have a 79 XTX, which I'll show you towards the end of this video. So we choose our 3080, we hit calculate, and you can see Alfium is number 3 as far as the most profitable cryptocurrency to mine. And actually, at my current electricity rates, I'm not looking too good. I'm only making, I'm not making anything. I'm making negative 15 cents per day after a cost of electricity. But a lot of people mine various projects at a negative, or they don't pay for electricity, so they're at a profit, and or whichever it might be. You're either in the negative and you're still mining, or you're not in the negative and you're still mining because you're making a profit. The people that are mining in a negative usually do so because they want to go ahead and obtain as much as that currency because they believe in the project long term, the devs, the overall activity. You know, there's prospects for the future of this project, and they believe they're going to be around for a long time. Or you're just spec mining, accumulating as much as possible, and then selling on the side. Now, Alfium has been around for quite a bit, so I wouldn't call that spec mining, but you understand the point that I'm trying to make, hopefully. If not, let me know in the comments. I'll try to do my best to answer. But now that we selected this token, we can go to benchmarks, and we can see all the different GPUs, and also apparently some FPGAs and ASICs on here as things progress, right? The natural progression of crypto mining. but we can see all the different GPUs and the hash rates that they should be getting. And if we actually choose our 3080, if we find it here, there's a 3080 12 gig, 3080 LHR, and an RTX 3080. So we're just going to choose the regular 3080. It will actually recommend core offset, core lock your clocks, memory clock, and power limit. Now, you don't have to do exactly what hashrate.no. They're always going to be much more efficient than some of the other websites like whattomine.com, because they understand, you know, efficiency is king, and you want to run your GPUs as efficiently as possible. So now we got these clocks here, and there's additional information behind the question mark for Hive OS, simple mining, so on and so forth. We'll do a Linux breakdown in a different video, but we just need these clocks and settings. We need to know what pool we're going to be on, and most importantly, we need a wallet. Let's go get a wallet. So how do we do that? Well, there's a number of different ways. You can Google Alfium wallet or try to get to the main website. You could even go to CoinMarketCap. And I always like going through official sources and not, you know, just clicking willy-nilly on stuff. But if we go to official sources, we can go see the actual website, the official links or website through CoinMarketCap. And then at the very top, you see Get Wallet. I like the desktop wallet, but a lot of people like the extension wallet or the mobile wallet, whichever one comes first. But basically, we need to get this wallet set up. So let's do that now. Just for the purposes of this video, we're going to go ahead and choose the extension wallet. We click on Chrome, and there it is. Alfium extension wallet. We just hit add to Chrome, add extension, and then it's going to pop up in the top right. You're going to see it here. If you go to this little puzzle piece, you see here's the wallet extension right there. But as soon as we installed it, it brought us straight to it. So now we can either restore an existing wallet with a seed phrase, or we can create a new. Let's create a new one. Give it a nice password that you know, like and will remember, and don't choose password 123, but just because of this video, we're going to do test 123. Have fun, have at it. This wallet's not going to be used for anything important. Now we hit create, right? And it actually just popped up something in the top right. It says pin Alfium extension for quick access. So we could just go ahead and click that pin button or the puzzle piece and pin. And you can see it shows up right here in the top there. If we want to unpin it, we could just click the pin mark and we are good to go. Now your wallet is ready. Finish. And now we could just go to that puzzle piece, open up that wallet, and here it is. So don't have any funds in it. I would recommend backing this up if you can. But essentially, we need to copy this wallet address, which is up here at the top. If we click on that, the address is copied. And we can go and look at the Alfium Block Explorer. It won't do us any good because there is no funds on here. But we could go and do it just to confirm our wallet address and all that good stuff. So here we go. There is our wallet address. Hang on to that because now we're going to use that for our miners. But we can always go back if that app disappears on you in the upper right-hand corner right behind me. If you click on that puzzle piece, it brings back the Alfium wallet no matter which website you're on. We can add funds, we can send funds, and of course it tells us to set up recovery. I would recommend doing this if you haven't done already. There's your seed phrase. If you want to steal this wallet, again, no funds will be utilized, but do not share. If you are protecting your assets, never share your seed phrase. And it tells us here, write down these words on a piece of paper. It is unsafe to save them to your computer. And that is true. If I copy these to a TXT document, a plain text document, and my computer gets compromised because I go to naughty sites, I could lose my funds. So if you're going to be one that frequents those websites, I wouldn't be recommending, or I wouldn't recommend keeping your seed phrases or your wallet.dat files on that said device. So here we are. We got 12 words. We need to back this up, right? We could click copy, put that in TXT if we really wanted to extract to a, you know, external USB or what have you. Hit continue, and it's going to say, have you written down your seed phrase? Yes. And now the wallet is recovered because we stored it safely and soundly somewhere else. I have not, because it's a test wallet. And again, do not share your seed phrase with anybody else because they will steal it, and then you'll be out of all your funds. It's be gone. Somebody, as soon as you even if it's a split millisecond, somebody will pause the screen, they will extract that data, and you are SOL. But that, again, this wallet's not going to be used. So now we have our wallet. We know what pools we're going to be mining on. We know what our GPU's theoretical performance should be, right? It tells us here on hashrate.no, not only the clocks and everything, but it tells us that we should be getting about 2 gigahash, right? Roughly 2 gigahash at around roughly 160 watts, right? And give or take, your GPUs are not going to perform the same as somebody else's and so on and so forth. It all depends on a number of factors like environmental conditions, thermal conditions, silicon lottery, all that good stuff. But now that we have all this, we got to go get some miners. Where are we going to get some miners? Well, if we scroll down, usually the website will have those miners or recommended miners, but this one doesn't have any for whatever reason. But we did see them earlier, right? Some of those pools recommended it to us, right? So Wooly Pulley tells us BZ miner, SRB miner, TRX miner. This Alfium dash pool took us to a GitHub where we got SRB, LOL, BZ, TRX, Regal, so on and so forth. Now, all of you can argue about what the best miner is down the bottom. But for me, I like to use LOL miner for my Nvidia GPUs, and I like to use SRB miner for my AMD GPUs. I haven't tried BZ miner. I know that dev, good friend of mine, might have done some updates, so maybe I might want to try that. But for right now, let's just say we're going to go with LOL miner. Where are we going to get it downloaded? Well, some of the websites actually link to it. But if you're concerned that these links are not valid, right? If you go to them and you choose LOL miner and you're like, oh my goodness, I don't trust it. Again, you can always go to Google, right? And search LOL miner. And usually you're looking for the GitHub. Now that website did take us to the right GitHub. I don't like going to some websites, even though they might be the official website of that particular miner. I like going to the GitHub and getting the latest releases. And you can see here, LOL miner 1.882A. And if we scroll down, we can see some of the fixes, some of the improvements. But right here is what we need. And they have versions available for Windows, Linux, and even Hive. So Hive on, if there's an update, it hasn't updated yet, you can manually install that. But again, maybe we'll talk about that in a separate video. We'll focus on Hive in another one. Right now, all we need is Windows. I actually already have it downloaded, but I'm going to show it to you right now. We click on it, just like any other browser. It shows up in the top right. It's going to warn us, suspicious download, please block. And we're going to choose download suspicious file. Now, if you get a different error and it's like blocked, you're going to have to go to your downloads and you're going to have to choose keep file. But basically, we need to get this downloaded. We need to open the folder, wherever it goes, into your downloads, what have you. And we need to extract it. What I like to do is right click, extract all. Another window pops up, hit extract. And that's going to do its thing. Your antivirus might get in the way. So if it does, you're just going to want to click on the little shield or whatever you have and let it know, hey, this is cool, right? You go to viruses, whatever, manage settings. You can either turn off your protection just to get past that point or go to protection history and then choose actions, allow this particular file. Just go to whatever your antivirus is. Now that we have these files extracted, here is everything we need. Now, it comes with preset batch files for you to edit to your liking. So it already has all kinds of different cryptocurrencies and algorithms already plugged in, but it doesn't have your pool and it doesn't have your address. So you always want to make sure you edit the default one. So we're looking for Alfium right now to make sure that we got it here. And then we're going to select it and then choose right-click edit, right? So here it is, mine Alf, right-click. We want to edit in Notepad. And now that notepad shows up, and here we are. So now all we gotta do is change out the pool on LOL miner. And again, these miners are very similar. Let me see if I could bring up another one for you real quick. I'm gonna choose, let's say TRX miner. It's probably outdated. Always get the latest one, but TRX miner, and here's ETC Alf, so you can dual mine. Here's EVGA Alf, but we're looking for just Alpha right now. If you want to do triple mine or double mine, you can do so. Just be mindful of your clocks. But here it is. It has Alf Hero Miners and Alf Wooly Pulley. Right, again, right click, edit notepad, and there it is. So subtle differences, but all you're looking for is the pool address and the wallet address. So now we can go back to miningpoolstats.stream. We're going to choose Alfium, whatever you say it. I know I say things wrong. I don't care. But we're going to grab this server and port. We're going to go back to our notepad. We're going to plug that in. Make sure there's no typos like I just did because I'm an idiot. And then change your wallet address. Now, because we have the extension, we could just bring this up and click on that wallet address again and then replace it. But I also opened up in the Block Explorer so I could always copy it from there. So right now for TRX Miner, I have it set the way I want to. However, we haven't set any manual clocks. Now, every miner is going to be a little bit different. So what I challenge you to do, and by the way, this -W is your worker name. So go ahead and change that to whatever you want. We could say test1, right? Just give it a worker name so you remember. We have our pool. We have our address. We haven't done it on LOL Miner, so let me do that for you real quick. Whereas LOL Miner has wallet, after the equal sign, dot, worker name, so test 1, and then pool address. So we got to populate this right now. And so now that is TRX Miner and LOL Miner for our our Nvidia card all put together. SRB Miner is a little bit different. If you wanted to show your AMD or do it on your AMD GPU, let's go ahead and bring that up right now. Let's back out here. Nope, that's not what I wanted. There it is. I keep all my miners somewhere in the vicinity so I can easily swap between them. And I probably don't have the latest SRB miner, but the process is still here. You can see a default file, start mining Alfium. Right click, edit in Notepad, and boom. This is what SRB miner looks like. So same thing, right? We do have a command here because SRB miner can mine with your CPU. Not all algorithms are mineable with your CPU, but it can mine certain ones with your CPU. It's chose or advised of the algorithm. You can see some of these other ones, you know, they're different. -A for algorithm on T-Rex is just Blake 3. LOL miner might have it set up somewhere. I just not seen it yet. Alf right here, algo, alf. And then SRB miner is represented by Blake 3 underscore Alfium. And so same thing. We need to put our pool, colon, server port. And if we want to do 2 pools, like a redundancy, we could use pool number 1 is alfium-pool.com. And then we could do pool number 2 and use a different server like Hero Miners, or for example, we could use this one from Wooly Pooly since they don't have 80% of the net hash, and put it in there like that. Now this is for SRB, which is going to work great for your AMD cards, but I'm just showing you an example. And then wallet, again, we got to copy our wallet, so we go to that puzzle piece, click on the wallet, copy, paste, boom, there we go. We're good to go. Let me make sure I kind of had an extra space in there, so let's get rid of that. All right. Now, we got to set the clock. So let me bring myself back here. We're going to go back to hashrate.no real quick, double-clicking my life away. And for my 3080, I want to set these commands, but I don't have everything I need. For LOL Miner, hashrate.no does have it right here, so technically we could copy this if we really wanted to. But I'm going to challenge you real quick. All right, every miner is a little bit different. So let's say LOL, we're going to Google LOL miner commands. All right, open up a new tab, T-Rex miner commands. Open up another tab, SRB miner commands. Now, you don't have to do all of these. I'm just showing you how easy it is to get to it, right? So first, GitHub link right here, parameters on master. Get rid of that one. I just closed out SRB, README, T-Rex miner, LOL miner, README. Now, it should be in the README file is what it's basically telling you. And if you go to these folders, it will have that in there. If you go find the README, it should have basic information, right? So here's some general information about LOL miner, the algorithms, what each command means, so on and so forth. And if I control F, I can do clocks or just clock. So overclock experimental. So -- CCLK is the core clock, right? And we can use it to lock it. MCLK is the memory clock, right? And so if we put those various arguments in there and just kind of replicate what hashrate.no has, we should be good to go. So let's go back to our LOL miner, which is this one right here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it in the extra parameters, but in between these 2 quotes right here. You see how it has -- API port 8020? I'm going to put it right behind the equal sign, but right before the API port. And boom, there we go. So now we have a core offset of 250, a core clock of 1470, and a mem clock of 810. Now, not all our GPUs like it that way. I notice if I just remove that command parameter period, we should be good to go. But it just depends on what you're trying to accomplish. Power limit 250. How do we do the same thing for T-Rex miner and SRB miner? Well, let's go and look at that. So T-Rex miner, we come over here, we go to their GitHub, we look for clock. And boom, there it is. Lock clock is that command. Copy that. And we put that at the end of our batch file. And we want 1470, just like hashrate.no showed us. Power limit, is represented by the -- PL. So we're going to do 250 on that one. So -- PL space 250, another space there. And then it's telling us, I don't think there's a core offset, but let's see here. Offset. Okay, yep. So CC -- C clock sets the GPU core offset. And then M clock sets the memory offset. So we could do that as well. So offset 250. Copy that again, but change out one letter for M to represent M clock. And then that one said for this particular GPU 810. Again, I've had some issues, but now we just told our GPU to lock the core clock at 1470, same offset, same power target, and same memory as we showed an LOL miner. And then on the AMD side of things, if I didn't close it out earlier, because I don't know why my mouse is double clicking, SRB miner commands, same thing. Go to the GitHub, Control F, clock, and you can see there's going to be multiple options that pop up, but there you go. And you notice that you could probably set GPUs, you can set up multiple GPUs in your rig, right? So the 0 represents the first GPU, the 1 represents the second, and then you just keep going per the number of GPUs you have. Now, if I don't put a number, what would happen is it will just apply that clock for everything. So let's just go ahead and do that because I only have one GPU in here. So GPU C clock, and this is to fix the core clock. So that's locking. When you see fix, that means locking. 1470. We're going to copy the mem clock setup as well. Remember that said 810. Now, again, this is not going to be the same clocks that you're going to run on your 7700 XT, just FYI. I'm just giving you an example to show how you do mem clock, how you do core clock, and then power limit is right here. GPU power limit, again, the numbers would represent the particular device. Stop double clicking, please. Thank you very much. 250. And the last thing I believe we needed was what? What was it? What was it? Where was it? Power limit. Oh, offset. Does this thing have offset? It does, right here. So -- GPU C offset, and then a number, and it sets the core clock offset by megahertz. So here, without the number again, we can copy that. And usually I like to put it either before the clock, the core lock, or no clock, or after. And boom, there we go. So now we just set up SRB miner for our AMD GPU. But again, do not copy these clocks because these are for the 3080. We set it up for our LOL miner, or T-Rex miner, which is only for Nvidia GPUs, and we set it up for LOL miner. So you can use LOL miner for both AMD and Nvidia. SRB miner, I believe, is for both as well, but you just got to pick and choose your battles. And right now, actually, believe it or not, I am hashing away while I'm recording this video. And so the 3080 should be getting around 2000 gigahash. And if we look at the power draw, which is probably atrocious, I'm sitting more around 180 watts. So I could probably do some more fine tuning. My clocks, or my my core clock's a little bit higher than 1470. So I could do some more fine tuning to bring that down. But that is how you get set up and going on Windows. However, this is so much easier than what it was back in the day, where we had to generate 4 addresses and use a particular, launch our node, right, our local node, connect to it via local IP address or through a certain URL, and then manage our wallet through there. It makes life so much easier, and honestly, the desktop wallet is one of my favorites. And every time you open it, it will tell you that there's an update. You can secure it with your password, all kinds of goodies. I really like it, but the extension does a really good job. So either way, choose the best wallet that fits your needs. Make sure to use mining_pool/stats.stream to find the best pool. Try to decentralize the hash rate as much as possible. Use hashrate.no to kind of compare and contrast the most efficient overclock or what other GPUs might be getting. And then keep an eye on the miner, you know, right? Because you're eventually what will happen here, if we go ahead and go back to the website that we're mining on, which again, I'm going to switch off hero miners because I just realized I'm a bad boy. You'll be able to monitor your hash rate for your particular GPUs. Only 2 GPUs on here, so not much Alfium every 24 hours or every day, but still hashing away, still securing the network and processing transactions. Just wish we did a little bit more decentralized and stuff like that. So only a handful of Alfium hashing away. Monitor it. Don't just set it and forget it like I did. Make sure you monitor, check out what's going on in the pool, use their block explorer, and choose the miner that best suits your needs. So again, mining pool, stats.stream, find the best pool, choose your pool, keep it decentralized. Don't do as I say, don't do as I do. Check hashrate.no to get the best clocks and settings. Make sure you find a wallet that best suits your needs, whether it's desktop, extension, mobile, whatever it might be. Make sure you protect yourself, your seed phrases, your wallet.dat files, whatever it might be. Grab a miner that is best for your GPU. Again, a lot of people like LOL Miner, T-Rex Miner for Nvidia. BZ Miner is making a strong push for that title as well. And then on AMD side of things, LOL Miner, SRB Miner is what recommended right now, but that may not always be the case in the future. Sorry this video ran long. Thanks so much for hanging out with us, though. Do me a favor on the way out. Hit the like button. Make sure to get subscribed. Hit the notification bell to stay up to date. So let's check out additional links in the description to help support the channel. And I greatly appreciate every single one of you. We'll do another video about Hivon later on. Take care. I'll catch you in the next one.